And
Or like mine will be like, in 400 meters, go south.
yeah, be like, go south, left and right, lady.
We're south.
Yeah,
No.
like I don't even know what city I'm in. What do you mean go south? What way am I pointing? Hello and welcome everybody to Band in the Van podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Katie, and I'm eating a snack, and we're
That's
fresh.
This is episode 22 already, and on this episode we are traveling through Western Canada, and we're going to talk about it and show you about it.
And that's what we're going to do about it.
That's how it's going to go.
We're going to go get into it, so let's
get to it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Band in the Van podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Band in the Van podcast, episode number 22.
That's right.
Is it 22?
22.
Yeah, okay, 22. I think. We'll fact check.
We just had to recap on what we've been through.
We did, because I was like, I forgot the last one that we did, but it was last week. And anywho, so now...
Into the mountains we have gone.
Yeah, we have gone. We are in Kelowna, BC right now.
Yes.
By the time you're seeing this, we'll be leaving town, so don't try and find us. But what's going on is we just played
We
our
had
first...
a couple of awesome shows.
We played Cochrane, Alberta. We drove all the way there. It was a fantastic time. We went out.
Long ass drive.
It is a super long ass drive. We went to the Blues Can on the Friday to see Bill Durst.
Oh yeah.
There's a story with that. We went to the first year we went to Jamaica with like Sarah Smith and all those guys. We weren't playing, but we just went to kind of get our foot in the door and meet everybody. And Bill Durst was there. He's a blues legend.
He was playing with Sarah and
Yeah.
Cheryl and everybody.
He's just an absolute monster
Chucky.
on the guitar. So we found out that he was playing in Calgary the night before our shows began. We were playing Saturday, Sunday. He was playing the Friday at the Blues Can. So we went, we saw that.
Oh man.
I will insert clip.
So
Here.
awesome.
The best time.
Yeah.
So, but we had a little bit too much fun that day. And I feel like we pull into Cochrane hungover every time. 3 shows in a row. And Randy like almost expects it now. He's like, you guys feeling a little rough? I'm like, yeah, we got in last night and we need to do something to get her going.
Yeah, no. But still a great show, and we had a fun. That was our first show.
First show of the tour. Did we start the timer?
I did, yeah.
We did, okay. Yeah, that was the first show of the tour.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody that came out in Cochrane.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was so much fun.
Great time. And then, so that was on Saturday night. And then on Sunday morning, we played in Calgary at the Calgary House Concerts. Thank you so much for having us out, Dave. It was amazing. Always great to just play to like a listening crowd. There's probably 35 people in this really small kind of hall room, so it felt full. The tables were all full. We had friends come out from Calgary as well, and that turned out to be a really good intimate show as well.
Yeah, we didn't get any footage of that. I was very much just trying to live in the moment, and it's hard to be social media manager / lead singer. It's just
really
a lot to do sometimes,
is.
and sometimes you just miss it. But we did get a standing ovation, and you can
Just throwing
imagine
that.
that.
Yeah, just
in your
throwing
mind.
that in, the standing O and the encore.
Swear
Just-
it happened.
Yeah.
Just because we didn't Instagram it.
That one was for us, and
But
yeah.
no, it was
so
great.
Now,
And then we basically got up on Monday morning and headed into the mountains.
Yeah.
We did the epic drive. Hope a lot of you watching have done that, because it should be bucket list.
yeah. If
on
you haven't
everybody's
driven
list.
that, I'm gonna put it in right now, and we're just gonna talk over it.
So
and
we're gonna insert a bunch of clips while
Yeah.
we're talking about the trips. You guys
Yeah.
can see what we're talking about,
Yeah,
because we
'cause-
tried to get lots of footage of this, because I wasn't singing and also doing a million other things at the time. I was just sitting there.
Yes, the drive through the mountains. If you've never done it, the video won't do it any justice.
Never does.
But it will give you an idea of just how epic it is. Yeah. It's like crazy winding turning roads, and it's all through the valleys of the mountains, so it's more ergonomical, if you will, to to get through the mountains. But
We spent the first night in Golden,
Yeah.
BC. Kind of bypassed Banff and Canmore because we've done that a bunch. So we
it's
went
very
to Golden,
touristy as well.
and then we had a great campsite there. It was right up on the river, and a train was going by, and it was just like epic views.
Yeah.
And then we watched the game, the Stanley Cup
We
final.
did. We watched the game in Golden, and it's too bad the Canadian team didn't bring it home, Edmonton. But,
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah. And
It's
then
okay.
the next day, we kind of continued toward Sycamoose, BC, and we stayed,
in a town called Sycamoose.
In a town called Kickapoo.
We stayed at this like super thick wooded campground,
It was very thick.
just off the highway, and it was like one of those places where you just put like your money in an envelope in the container cash.
Yeah, the
thing.
honor system, if you will.
Yeah, it was $25
first,
or
first
something.
come, first served. It was beautiful, but it was weird because you're like in the mountains, but it was so heavily wooded that it felt like you could have been like in anywhere Canada.
Yeah,
So,
and the mosquitoes were so bad. It was
crazy. They
ridiculous.
carry you away.
So we were pulling out all the TikTok trends stops to try and like we were like burning coffee grinds and like
yeah, none of it worked.
it helped. a
All
little
of
bit.
it probably
All
attracted
the
the bears.
only thing that really helped was the off. Deep woods.
Yeah, well, the deep woods, the DEET.
Yeah.
There's something said for the DEET.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good for the plants and the trees and
But
the bees.
we
but
still enjoyed a fire and we were outside and enjoyed the night.
it was good.
And then, yeah, we continued yesterday through Salmon Arm. We got an oil change in Salmon Arm because we
Yeah.
were like not way over, but we were getting there.
Don't throw me under the bus for not maintenance. It was, we were
No, we
ready.
found an
we were
oil change
ready
place.
for an oil change, but like when we left Calgary, there was like this weird like noise in the brakes that was happening intermittently, and turns out it was just debris like up in the brakes.
Yeah.
Because we had a friend of ours who's very mechanically inclined to check it out, said there's nothing wrong with the brakes, and then when we got our oil change while they were under there, they did a visual inspection as well, and there's nothing wrong with the brakes. There was just
seemed to
there's
be
some
looking okay.
debris in there, and it was making a bit of like a like marbles in a blender.
Like a-
Yeah, which is not the sound you want to hear when
No.
you're driving into the mountains. But we did our due diligence, and
So we had a little time in Salmon Arm. It was absolutely gorgeous.
it was.
We walked around on the dock and the marina there, and it was just so still and beautiful.
It was
And
like the most calm day ever.
Just a beautiful little spot.
Yeah, If
All
you-
these little towns are just like epic.
every single one.
And then we kept going, and I had found a campground, which was another like first come first serve.
yeah.
It was like $18 for the night, which is insane. It's like right on the water on Lake Okanagan,
Yeah,
and it's $10 for firewood, and they bring it to your site, and like
$18 for the night is
It's just like it's just so great, and
Yeah.
there's little trails to walk around, and yeah, so we enjoyed that last night very
nuts.
much.
Yeah, so we got to have campfires, and we smell like campfire. So all of the dirty laundry in the laundry hamper just smells like wood.
Yeah.
So
And then
to wash that off today,
Yeah, we headed to
Yeah,
Kelowna.
we drove to Kelowna, and we did like it would be the west side of Okanagan Lake. There's a road like a 97 highway runs on the east side of Okanagan Lake that goes like straight down. It's a very straight way to like get here quickly and efficiently, and we didn't do that. We went on the west side down like this like little like a beaten path road that just wound around down, so it took us like twice as long to get here. But what an epic drive that was. Just like
And
the
there's like
windiest
farms
turns.
in the mountains and like
Yeah.
just cool little houses and residential areas that we got to see. It was really,
When you're
really
not
cool.
in a hurry, it's like that's the way to take. Always take the road less traveled because you won't be disappointed.
Oh,
it was
awesome.
Cheers to that. That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic
Yeah,
way.
and then we got to Kelowna. We used the aquatic center, which was like Josh said on the west end.
we
of
washed
Kelowna.
off that campfire.
Yeah.
2 nights of campfire and
Again,
bug juice.
aquatic center with the view of the mountain, which was insane. You're like in the hot tub, and there's open window, or not open windows, but like
Yeah.
glass to the
What would
view.
that be, like an atrium type
Atrium?
thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
was
yeah,
great.
the foothills was in the distance, and it was sun, and we were just frolicking
And we
in the
parked like right in the parking lot, which was like a view of the mountains with like a skate park. And
Yeah.
anyways,
I feel like if you grew up out here, you just wouldn't understand
you
how
just
terrible.
take it for granted.
Yeah, how
because,
terrible the view is.
like,
of
even
just
right
about
now,
everywhere
we're
else.
we're at a Walmart parking
Yeah.
lot, and we're like the view here. You're not gonna be able to see it. But
No, we did get.
It's just like-
I'll put it in here.
it's just like right there. This is like the
Yeah.
mountains are right there.
So, because it's the long weekend and we're in one of the most beautiful places in Canada,
Yeah,
all of the
who knew?
campsites are completely booked. When we were in Golden, I walked into into like the camp office or whatever, and the girl's like, "Oh, what's your plans for the weekend?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We're gonna fly by the seat of our pants." And she's like, "I wouldn't do that. It's a long weekend." And I was
Just
like,
your opinion, man.
"You wouldn't do that. I am going to do that, and we'll figure it out."
Yeah.
So yeah, we got
And so
here.
far, like, we've had awesome luck because it's been during the week and one night in, one night out, whatever,
Yeah.
here and there, we've been fine. But nothing happening in Kelowna as far as booking a site.
No,
which is
we
fine.
knew that. So there's in West Kelowna, the Walmart allows overnight parking. So like the one that's in downtown Kelowna doesn't. It was probably overran and crazy. There is a crazy tent city in Kelowna
There
right
is,
now,
yeah.
which is kind of a sad sight. But we're in West Kelowna, so we're over the river, kind of like I guess over the. It would be the
Bridge.
almost the end of Okanagan Lake, right? It's not really
At
a
the
river.
bottom of it, maybe, yeah.
I think so. Anyway, so we're in the West End, and this allows camping. So there's a bunch of campers here also, and we're and there's motorbikes going by, and like you guys are getting to see what it's like. But so we're spending 3 nights here.
Yeah.
In Kelowna. We just went and checked out the Redbird Brewery. And we caught this like old school jazz band that was playing there. Phenomenal. But like the next 2 nights, well, Saturday night, Jeremy Albino is going to be there, who we saw in St. Catharines at Cicada Fest, and they're ridiculously good.
Yeah.
And then Dan
cool
Mangan is
venues.
playing on Sunday. And which he's like a big Canadian artist, and then
sure.
the venue we're playing is right across the street, so we might be able to like sneak over and like take our breaks and catch some music. I
Maybe.
think. Or vice versa.
Or vice
If
versa.
you guys are, if you there you go. If you guys are, if Jeremy Albino is watching this and you are looking for something to do, like
Well, this
prior
it's
or
gonna be
post
past when he sees
to your
it.
show,
When it's out, anyways, he'll be gone.
I'm just putting it out into the universe.
Okay, fine.
You know, you're right though. That's true. But if
Hey,
you put it out there,
Future
future
Jeremy
present-
Albino.
present Albino.
We
if you're listening,
saw him at Cicada Fest in St. Catharines
So good,
a couple of years ago,
mind-blowing.
the first year that we went,
yeah,
right?
2 years ago.
And we were instantly like, oh, this guy's
This
good.
guy's good. Yeah,
So we've been following him along
Yeah.
on Instagram and stuff like
it's
that.
kind of cool that he's right across the street from where we're gonna play.
Yeah,
So,
we're in like a brewery district here, so there's like a lot of breweries.
Yeah.
But right where we're playing, it's like maybe like 4 or 5 in a block. So
yeah,
it'll be cool.
yeah, very neat. We went for a bit of a hike today. In the van, that is, because we were supposed to go to
Yeah.
like this mountain park.
So we've had this argument. We travel and drive a lot together, obviously. We both have our phones. Josh doesn't have Google Maps on his phones. He uses like
The
maps,
maps.
like iMaps or whatever it is.
I don't even know if it's iMaps. I think it's just maps.
And I use Google Maps. And I always feel like Google Maps is much better than just maps because like today.
I feel like Maps hasn't been updated since 1985.
And why?
And it
Because
wasn't even
it's-
invented in 1985. It's just
because
everything is
Josh
closed.
put a park in today that was like up the mountain on the side, like around the downtown Kelowna, 40-minute drive, and we
Yeah.
got to the top of this crazy mountain,
And it was a
was
house.
like your park is on the right, and there was a
It was a driveway.
driveway.
It was somebody's
private.
house.
So,
So I
like,
think like this used to be a park, and then it got
It was
sold to
closed.
developers, and then now there's houses there.
and Josh's
and
Maps app is
hasn't updated.
from 1995.
Sound off in the comments what you use. Stan, if you're watching, I know you're going to be like, use Waze. Waze sucks. It's the worst. Not
Waze is good for cities.
It's
I
great
think.
for the city because it like updates instantly and tells you like traffic and stuff. But if you're driving like far distances, it tries to like give you shortcuts to take you off the highway all the
Our problem
time.
isn't always traffic. It's where are we going? That is it actually open? Does it have a parking lot?
Yeah.
There's all these little
Now
details.
Google Maps will bring you to the back of the building and be like, you've arrived,
Yeah,
which
and
is a problem.
the turn-by-turn by maps is way better than the turn-by-turn on Google Maps.
Yeah.
So there's like pros and cons here. We don't know which one to use, so we just
Plus,
keep going back
plus
and forth.
I like to use the English lady. So she's like, turn left
And
into the
she's
car
an
park.
Australian, I thought.
No, it's English. And she's like, turn into the car park.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, Australian English. What's the difference?
I like that
burn.
she says, not this light, but the next light, or like,
Yeah.
turn at the second light on the, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
these are like this
Not
easy
like
steps.
in 4 seconds.
Or like mine will be like, in 400 meters, go south.
Yeah,
Be
be like, go south, left and right, lady.
we're south.
Yeah, like
No.
I don't even know what city I'm in. What do you mean go south? What way am I pointed?
Like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
So these are the problems on the road. Let us know what you guys use in the
Your
comments.
navigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you put on like a voice? Because I like the English voice. I don't know why. It does get confusing. Anyways, there's
our
a
time. I
time.
hope you guys enjoyed our
That
footage.
one flew by.
And all the imagery that we added to today's podcast.
Yeah.
It's sort of a band in the van, outside of the van.
Outside of the van,
episode.
watching what the world go by that
And
we're doing.
there was just so much beauty in BC that we had to share
Yeah.
with you.
If you've never done that drive, I hope you enjoyed watching our little bit of our drive.
And if you,
And you
are
should.
thinking about going, just go. And
Just go.
maybe book a campsite if you're camping and you don't boondock because it gets busy.
It gets busy, especially on the long weekends, you know, because I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
wouldn't do that
Cameron,
if
you
I
are.
Cameron, you are.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Cheers, everybody.